Okay, here we are with the updated piece of plywood that has been cut and fit for the roof here. And we've got a couple of spots where what we did was we reinforced the beams that were up here. Rather than replacing them, we just wanted to go with a couple of pieces to add some stability here. So as I lift the piece of plywood up, you can see that we've just got a couple of beams underneath just to keep it strong and supported. Okay, so we got the back on. We've got it attached. So here's the bottom piece, obviously, top piece. Both of these are attached. We do have some screws holding them in place around the outside borders. And what we discovered was that this product, liquid nails, didn't seem to work as well on the paneling that we had. We ended up going with a Loctite Premium, and we had a lot better luck with this one. It seems to be holding more strongly. So, for those of you that are out there, I'd love to hear what you have to say about these two products. Got the tail lights in, got it all lubed up here, and then this is going to be holding the spare tire. Several coats of Rust-Oleum ended up going onto this, so that's going to hopefully be in good shape. And then when you come around here, what I've started to do is I've started to re-foam this part of the back wall, and then we're building up the frame to hold the window, so we're going to be putting that into place momentarily. Okay, we've got the EPDM rubber piece cut and laid up over the back here. We've used our decking adhesive and we've laid it all down. So right now it's drying. And one of the things we're going to do where the EPDM rubber piece comes from the old piece to the new piece, what we're going to do is we're going to pick a point somewhere in the middle, and then we're going to make an incision so that both pieces end up having a nice clean line across before we put on our Eternabond strip to keep it in place. So just a brief update. Alright, latest update. Got our first strip of Eternabond, and what we did was we steel wooled the fiberglass one more time, get it nice and clean, and then we used this strip of Eternabond to go over these pieces. So that's the update here. If you come over to this side, got the framing in place for the storage door, and got all the foam in place for the window. You may notice that the piece that I had to retrofit, not quite parallel, but that's kind of the hand we were dealt as we put the file line up. That's what made it fit, so that's what we did. So it should work okay. And then over here what we did, we decided not to gut this wall, but we used, I showed the video before of this stuff, the Loctite, the 3 times as strong construction adhesive. And so basically what we did was we kind of peeled as much as we could on this part of the wall, and then we're just putting up some support beams. So what we did was we actually drilled into the floor of the garage here, 10-foot planks, and then we drilled some supports to put a couple of heavy blocks to add some weight against it, and then we got some shorter ones to just try to get a little more weight towards the bottom as well. So we'll let that sit overnight and give it a chance to dry, and hopefully create a nice bond seal there. Okay, so the driver's side or left side of the vehicle, we've removed the supports that were adding weight to it, and we've got what we feel to be is a reasonably firm connection. If you look down the side, there's just a little bubbling, just a little bulging, but far better than it was. This side was just a patch job because we didn't feel like the damage was as significant. And then what I did was I ran a strip of Eternabond right over the corner all the way down. I am going to now go and put the corner molding strip with some butyl tape on top of that. Just wanted to do a little overkill on the corners here. And right here we've got the Eternabond running. Had a little sliver of a crack there. Sealed that up. Come over to the other side, and what we're doing is we're starting to add the Luan wood here. So here's the bottom piece. Had it cut and fit. And then I'm going to climb up just to give you a little update up here. Couple of the vents, you'll notice that vent, we've lap sealant all around the borders there, so that one's all set. And what we decided to do was we kind of scraped up the previous remnants of the lap sealant and all the crap, and we used Eternabond strips to create a border around the vents, and so now we're putting the lap sealant on those as well. Okay, this is the passenger side of the vehicle, and we got the Phylon skins back on the vehicle. One thing you'll notice is we did decide to go with a strip of Eternabond across the middle there. During the delamination process, the phylum was getting kind of bowed out, and so we thought that would help kind of keep it together. And then we've just got some simple use of leverage just to try to keep this on there as it dries. And then went with another strip of Eternabond down the corner here. So that should help keep everything nice and connected. But started to put the lights on. So use a little butyl tape on the inside, which is right over here. This kind of stuff. Actually, we got two kinds here. Let's show you real quick. So here's one kind that I was able to purchase. You can probably notice a little wider than my thumb. And then this one is a little narrower than my thumb. I know, highly scientific measurements here. But yeah, this is the butyl tape. This specific butyl tape was, I think, $9.50 for a roll, and I think this stuff was about, I want to say, $8.70 for a roll. So almost the same. But yeah, there's the updates for now. So okay, so we decided to go with the Eternabond strip on the roof joint here, and what we've done is just taken a strip of Eternabond and attached it all the way down the side. So there's a little bit of an overhang on the roof and a little bit of overhang on the side. We're going to then go and put the corner molding strip with the butyl tape. I know it's a little bit of overkill, but rather have no water damage as opposed to some water damage, so I don't mind overkilling on something like this. The Eternabond and the Stay Bond, we've been using both. This one right here, or Stick and Bond. This is currently Stick and Bond. We went through a roll of Eternabond. They essentially seem to be about the same. This one is a roll of 37 feet, 4 inches wide by 37 feet, and the roll of Eternabond was about 50 feet. Either way you slice it, it was about $2 a foot. It's a little more than $2 a foot. And what we've been doing is we've been using it on different parts of the vehicle. So there's the back line that we used it on, and then where the two pieces come together. Since we had some delamination, they were pulling apart anyway, so we took a strip of Eternabond to kind of help keep those together. And then what we're going to do up here is we're going to do the same thing we did before. So we've got the new piece of EPDM rubber in the back here, and then we've got the old EPDM rubber up there. So we're just going to make sure that that's all laid down nicely. Strip of Eternabond, put the molding on top of it, get the windows in. So it's starting to come together, which is a nice thing to see.